that on the organization I was working on, or working in rather, was huge. And of course we all see it and we all recognize you don't have to be in publishing now to understand what impact the internet has had on the world. But back in 1999, it wasn't apparent to everybody just how fundamental that change was going to be. And it changed my life, and it changed the life of all the people who worked for me. Some of that was brutal. You know, jobs were lost, jobs changed, business models completely changed. But it was incredibly invigorating to suddenly realize that you are part of it. What's happening is that everything that you've learned up to that point is about to be chucked out of the window, and you're going to have to learn a completely different skill set in order for you to survive.
Yes.
What you're currently doing is a real moment.
So what you're describing is massive disruptive change. You know, this is the whole thing nowadays. So it's all, how do we disrupt in order to innovate and move forward? And you're talking about massive disruptive change. And you're talking about how challenging that was, but also how invigorating it was. A lot of people watching, though, might be thinking it sounds terrifying. So how did you manage yourself, and how did you lead your team and your business through those challenging times?
With a lot of trial and error. Okay, you have to be. I think that's one of the things that I learned very quickly. In those circumstances, you realise that if you're experiencing something for the first time, or very few people around you, look around you, and it's not yet an experience that you can share. It's not an experience, it's something that's hitting you first. Then I think one thing you realize is that, well, okay, there is no playbook to go to, right? There is no, so you have to be prepared to fail. You have to be prepared to try some stuff, and that's, and some of that might work and some of that might not work. I think you also have to be as honest. I mean, I think that's one of the, if you're working in an organization that is going through enormous change and it's affecting people's lives, lives, then there is a real duty, I think, to be honest with people about what's going on. As honest as you can be, so that so that experience feels like a shared experience, rather than something that is happening to them but not happening to you.
Yes.